Hello, and welcome back to yet another inspirational podcast episode brought to you by yours truly, Carina from Healergy. I'm your truth speaker, truth seeker, truth keeper, and I am so glad that you're here with me today. Hey, it's Carina, and welcome back to Soul Medicine. Have you ever poured everything you have into helping others? Your time, your heart, your energy, and still felt like nothing was pouring back into you? And by the end of this episode, you'll understand why service alone can quietly drain you and how I'm learning to rebuild the bridge between giving and receiving with honesty, humility, and a little help. Because after a full year of trying to make this business work, I've realized that even purpose can become exhausting when you keep abandoning yourself for it. I'll share the real cost of that overgiving, what my chart has been trying to teach me about balance, and how I'm shifting my energy for myself and for those I serve. If this speaks to you, please share it with someone who's been carrying too much alone. I nearly didn't record this week. After more than a year of building this business, I'm tired. Soul tired. Dog tired. I'm bloody exhausted. I've missed time with my kids. I can't get back. Nights with my husband. Moments my body begged for stillness and I didn't listen. And that's the part that stings. I tell my clients all the time to rest, to honor their limits, and then I push straight through mine. And why? And I've been sitting with this. Why do I do that? And I feel like it's because, I want my business to succeed. I want to make money so I can give my children experiences, as well as myself, my husband, not just stability, but memories. And honestly, because I'm a Sagittarius sun who's impulsive, determined, always chasing the next horizon, for me, it's always been, if I work harder, the results will come faster. Except they don't. Not really. And after a year of doing this, I'm slowly, painfully learning that. There is no bam, overnight success. No instant flow just because you're in alignment. It's fucking sleepless nights, trial and error, throwing spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. It's messy, uncertain, emotional work. It's that mental load we talk about all the time, isn't it? And for those of you running your own business, you get this. You already know the chaos behind the caption. But for those who don't, maybe this gives you a small taste of what it really takes. And I have people tell me all the time, your podcast helps me so much. And I believe them. I truly do. But those words don't pay the bills. It's been a year of overgiving and not really receiving. And that imbalance has finally caught up with me. I can feel it in my body, the burnout, the resentment, the ache of invisibility. And I just knew something had to give. And that's why in the last week or so, I've reached out for help and I've brought in Roxanne, technically a VA, virtual assistant, but really a marketing and behavioral strategist, to help me find the missing connection between what I give and what people actually act on. And she told me something that landed really deeply, that my content already carries so much heart, but the bridge was thin. People feel it and then stall. So now we're refining the language with both emotion and urgency, showing people why it matters now and what waiting costs. It's not manipulation, it's permission. And what Roxanne's helping me integrate is something called Neuromarketing-based Strategy, a psychology-based approach that aligns with how the human brain actually makes decisions. It's less about manipulation and more about meeting people where their nervous systems are. So every colour, phrase, and placement on a page either calms or activates the brain's survival centres. When you understand that, you can create safety and trust before you even make an offer. It's about helping your message land, not just in someone's mind, but in their body, because that's where the real decisions and real transformation begin. Because the brain and the soul both need direction before they can say yes. And that lesson isn't just about marketing, it's about life. Most of us overgivers forget that urgency applies to our own healing too. We tell ourselves that there will be time later, after the clients, after the kids. But there never really is. Apart from excuse after excuse of why you can't do it right now. My Sagittarius sun wants to inspire everyone. My Virgo moon tries to do it perfectly. And my body finally said, no more proving, just being. And maybe you felt that too, that moment where purpose starts to feel like punishment, where your light dims from overuse, not lack of faith. If that's you, please know you're not failing. You're being invited back to yourself. So this is me answering that invitation. I've created a space where both of us can breathe again, an online women's circle called the Temple of Becoming. It's a sacred hour to soften, reconnect, and remember your quiet power. A space to stop performing, stop holding everything together, and simply be held. It begins Wednesday, November 26th. 7 till 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And if your soul's craving that exhale, come sit with me. Maybe this is where we both practice receiving again. You'll find all the details in the show notes below. Thank you for witnessing the mess and the medicine this week. And if this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who needs to hear that it's safe to rest. And please follow or subscribe to the show so you don't miss the next episode coming out next week. Until next time, remember, your message is medicine, but medicine only works when you take your own dose. With love, Carina.